Hi everyone. I thought I'd go through this Newsweek magazine from May 1969 with Janis Joplin on the cover. This magazine was actually shown on the Dick Cavett show when she appeared there in July of '69. He held this magazine up and said basically what the article says. I personally don't like the article very much. It's not, very good. There's like one picture, and it's a shame, really, because this is such a beautiful cover, in my opinion. And they gave her such a small amount of time in this magazine. As you can see, this is from 1969, May 26, 1969. I obviously wasn't alive then, so I really don't know much about Newsweek magazine or what it was, etc. But there's a lot of articles about, I guess what was going on in the world at the time. So when we go through it, I'm just not going to really talk much because I don't know what to say. But this is just a great cover. Janis Joplin, Rebirth of the Blues, it says. And yeah, I hope this is good in shot. I can never really tell, but here we go. There's Zimmerman and Jimi Hendrix. There's also like a lot of ads in this magazine, from what I see. This magazine took me quite a while to find in pretty good condition. You either have them with mailing labels, and or the mailing labels ripped off, which destroys the cover. I hate those things. But yeah, I got pretty lucky to find this in such pretty good shape, considering it's from 1969. Your whole house air conditioning comforts you and doesn't make a big noise about it. Oh, man. It's hard to think that people actually, survived without air conditioning at one point. And maybe even heat, I don't know. Well, yeah, of course they didn't survive without heat. A lot of car ads in this magazine, too. Apollo 10, next stop, the moon. I guess this is when they were, planning to go to the moon. Ugh, Nixon. Ugh. Sorry. But I don't... It's a cute dog. Cute Saint Bernard. Those dogs are amazing. Me and my Winstons, we got a real good thing. Don't smoke, kids. Amazing how cigarette ads were allowed almost everywhere. Sporting events, etc. Okay. Yeah, there's just one thing about this magazine. They show pictures of dead bodies, and I don't understand or know how that was allowed. But I guess back then things weren't as strict as they are now. Lincolns. Ugh. I remember my mom had Lincolns growing up. I remember one in particular. It was big and it was brown. It had a huge trunk, like a round trunk. Anyway, the Lincoln Continental for 1969 looked like this. So this is the article on Janis here. Like I said, it's just one picture of her, a very bad picture of her too. Well, I wouldn't say bad. It's just a very weird picture, not a bad picture of her. I'm sorry. She's performing and Tree with the Blues, and you know they talk about other bands. So there's really not a lot of time or mention of her really. I mean there is, but there isn't. But it goes into all other kinds of musicians and bands at the time, like Jimi Hendrix, Blood, Sweat and Tears, Johnny Winter, etc. So, and B.B. King. You can't forget B.B. King. And so this is basically the article on her, if you want to say. And that was it. You know, it's very weird considering they gave it such a nice cover. Right, art. Buick ad. Quick, call Air Express. But it won't go Air Express unless you call Air Express. Alright. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm quiet during this, but like I said, I don't really know a lot about this magazine or really. Here's a question. Remember when magazines were affordable? God, I think Rolling Stone was a huge magazine, right? Like really big, and it was really cheap. Maybe not cheap at the time, but it was fucking cheap. Okay, and now they've shrunk the magazine to such a small size, and it's like $12 an issue now. Go figure. How does that work? I've noticed that there's not a lot of music magazines anymore, and that kind of sucks because music magazines were great. Magazines in general were pretty cool, because people collected different things and different types of magazines. And they were just cool to have, I hate the fact that physical media is disappearing, like every form of it. It's such a shame. I mean, what are you going to do? Pay for air and have, you know, other people control what you watch and when they can take it away from you? You know, I can't stand that, and I will always, you know, say something about that because it's bullshit. That's what, you know, digital stuff is. It's just paying for air and other people deciding when they can take it away from you, and you can't watch it anymore or listen to it anymore. It's such fucking bullshit. Anyway, that will do it for the Newsweek magazine from May 1969, with a beautiful photo of Janis Joplin on the cover, if I do say so myself. That's also a poster, by the way. A poster that's very rare and way too much money. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope this wasn't too boring. Please take care of yourselves and take care of someone else. Bye for now.